First and foremost, Brennan, how's your summer going?
Thanks, Brett. It's been going well. It's starting to get some good weather outside, so now I can take phone calls while I'm outside and not inside, and so it's been good. Get to spend a little more time with my kids, which is always great.
Of course, towards the back end of the season, you were named general manager and head coach of the Crusaders. How has that affected the offseason for you?
It's been great. It's getting me out of my comfort zone a little bit. A lot of conversations that I'm not used to normally having, whether it be with agents, a few more with families and players themselves than I was used to before when I had Surge to carry most of those types of emotions. So it's been good. I've been growing, and that's what I'm trying to do all the time, anyways. And so in this sort of transitioned into the next phase of, I guess, my career in this role, I've been learning about different ways to communicate and what is, I guess my identity in that sort of way as a general manager and coach. And so it's been good. I'm learning and enjoying it.
And of course, Crusaders, a pretty successful season. Last year, a deep run in the playoffs. How has last year's success been able to help the team building in the offseason for you?
Yeah, it's a good question, Brett. We didn't win the league, but I would call that a very successful season. We had no less than 10, 17-year-olds on the ice in a game, which is typically an older league. We scored a lot. We won a lot. We've had a lot of accolades with young players. So we've shown that we could do things in a way that's a little different with how we play, with how we recruit. And so it's actually helped the recruiting aspect on my part. I think I've had to probably knock down a few less doors than Serge had to do last year. And so it puts us in a position where, is a place that young players and young talent wants to come and develop before they're moving on to the next phase of their career.
And taking a look at, I guess, next September, you being, of course, the general manager and head coach, does that affect the game plan at all for the start of next season?
I think you always are looking to, like, for me, it's a philosophy that comes from, the way I think about the game and the way I feel hockey should be played. And so it all, when I take over for Serge and I saw things basically the exact same way, and there were very few disagreements with, we just saw players through the same light. We saw style of play through the same lens. We had really constructive conversations about it and what we could do to help make it better. And so now I guess I'm just doing that. I still do talk to him all the time, but the game plan, there's things that you take away. The philosophy stays the same, but how can we make it better? When you look at some of the things that maybe we wanted to add, or maybe if you look back, you go, I wish we had a little more of this. That would have really helped our style of play even improve. Those are the things that you kind of identify, and I identified them right away and got after that as part of the planning for this season coming up. And but yeah, you always take things from your experiences. You should do that in anything anyways. You take things from the experiences, whether you do well or whether it goes wrong. It doesn't really matter. You should be trying to learn and trying to advance your thoughts. What you did today needs to improve anyways, and you're always learning and always growing in a job like this. It's never a finished product. And so I think some of the lessons that I've been able to take definitely shifted just a tiny bit in my recruiting. And it's been fun to look at other ways that we can help make it better and the different types of players that we're identifying.
This is year 3 for you as a head coach. Has the philosophy for coaching changed in the previous 2 years?
I think when you look at the way I came in my first year, I'd coached for a while, but I was learning a lot about myself. It was pretty clear the way I wanted the team to play, and I think when you watched it, basically every game you could see just about the way it wants to look. But yeah, sometimes it's the players that change the way you play. So you get players like Jer that comes in, and he's his own player and just a special player. But you look at there's other players too, like you have McKinnon and Paul and those guys and Fleece and some of our younger D, like our D core looked significantly different through 2 years. Both of them both decors, like our first decor was elite too, with Christensen, who is obviously doing great things, but Sales and Painter and and Jangle still, he comes back. So you add a few more, I think, Jangle type players in the second year, and so it's fun because they all do have parts that contribute to the style of play, but everyone is their own unique player. So your style of play and your philosophy, when you do it this way, the players are taking control of a little bit of the philosophy. With You're meeting them where they are with the type of player that they are. You're not trying to change them. You're trying to advance them and help them move forward. And you've identified that they're a good fit for how you play. And so when they come in here, part of it is you're teaching them how we play, but then another part of it is what they do naturally, and we want to make, and it's what they do that we like. So we want them to do that as well as we can, help them to be, the best Crusaders they could be. So, none of the philosophy changes. The style of play, I do, I have some ideas for altering some things. Just a little more. The game is always evolving too. You watch the playoffs every year. You're learning about certain things, or certain things I'm seeing right now that I think that's interesting. Where does that fit in what we do? So yeah, it's kind of a never ending journey, Brett. And it's why we love it so much, and it's why it's so much fun.
And just my last question here for you, Brennan. You touched on it a little bit in your previous answer, but what can the fans expect for next season?
I think exciting. I think exciting. I still think we'll score a lot. We'll always have good special teams. We're gonna be young again. The guys that will be older players, like with Sharpie coming back, he's gonna be in basically not quite year 3, although I don't really remember life without Sharpie, to be honest. He'll be 20, and he's gonna be in a way like helping me with the group, and get our team to be playing, getting back to the things that we do and that we've shown. Like this is just what we do for the last 2 years, and year 3 we're going to be trying to take that and make it better. The players are different, the mission is the same, the vision is the same. We want to make it better as often as we can, but the players change. And it's going to be exciting. I'm excited for it already. It's not even June yet, and I can't wait to be back here. The recruiting has gone really well. It feels like players are more excited to come here even now because of, I guess, the reputation that we built over the last couple of years. And then there's going to be different types of players now. And so could you have expected the offense that you saw from like Jer? No, the league was a little bit different as well from the year before. So then things change. And so I guess now we're going into a year, to a season where, the rules have changed, and, hockey's always evolving, but it always finds a way to regulate itself. And so we'll be finding the best ways that, what's special about what we do and how we can impact the league and the game and, the fans, and give them something exciting to watch every game with this next group, which is going to be, it's going to be almost a brand new group, similar to last year. And that's what we want. We want to move guys on fast. We want them to come in. We want them to be really successful, basically nearly outgrow, whether it be the league or here, we get them ready to go on so they can do well. When you do it that way, yes, you're entering off seasons where you're basically sure you're going to have to rebuild an entire team, but it almost in a way is, it helps us get the new next group of guys, and so that keeps it really exciting. Trying to return no one, but if the feel is that it's better for them to come back, develop one more year, then of course that's really exciting to get back here, and so really looking forward to it.